For me, having lived here for 48 years, the clock is like the heartbeat of the village, and the bells are like the voice of the village. The bell's the call to worship, and the clock's the call to prayer, and also to remind us of God's presence with us every hour of the day.
The challenges of rural ministry is often they're quite small communities, limited sort of human resources in terms of a church, in terms of the community that you serve. Isolation is obviously one of the issues, something we've seen a little bit more of through the pandemic. Trying to connect with people, trying to meet people. The important thing about rural community that it is involving the lay. I can't be in every church at every time, but looking for the people, God's gifts in people, and saying, you know, how can we use that? How can we encourage that?
As you can see, the church is situated right in the heart of the village. We're a very close-knit community, and the church being really close to the crossroads, it's central. And it is the largest community building in the village. Parts of it are identifiable to the 15th century, but we believe there's been a church on this site for much longer than that. It's the vision that we have for how to bring this building back to the community. That's what we're seeking to do.
Here in Goathurst Church there is a lot of history. So we've started by making sure that history is available through the Heritage Weekend. People can come to church to have a look at the heritage, and then we move on from there. The children come to toddlers because they are children. We've developed Kids Night, and we'll look to developing further things for them as they grow. Try to grow together, to work together.
We had a big change in the demographic of the village. A lot of the elderly people who lived here for decades passed away, had to go into retirement homes, etc. And I said it jokingly, but I meant it seriously to people. I'm praying for young families to move in. And one by one, they've come, 14 of them. And so Nikki arrived, and we thought, step one, stay and play for the young mums with a lot of under fives.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
We're not just offering a toddler group for parents to come, brilliantly supportive as Town Ones are. It has been about developing a community, and I hadn't realised that until later.
It's just a bit of a lifeline really on a Friday. We all love coming. Through coming to the group, definitely sort of formed closer friendships with people that I already knew from around the village, but it's nice to see them every week.
So obviously having somewhere that was in walking distance just to come and see people, have a cup of tea, have somebody cuddle your baby whilst you have a hot cup of tea. It made all the difference, it really did. I assumed that there was nobody young. I sort of assumed that I was very much on my own in sort of the village. But actually there's loads of us, and it's so nice. You know that you're not alone, sort of thing. You know that you've always got somebody to call on, which is really nice.
It certainly made the church part of the community. It is a relevant place and a relevant people.
I have lived here and gone to the church here over 70 years, you know. The church is the village and the village is the church, and it provides the social life, and it sort of reaches out to everybody.
One of the things that we did a little while ago was to try and surround the church with pennies for our Spend a Penny project. And it was such an amazing night because the children were there laying the coins. We had villagers grandparents, non-grandparents, and everybody joined. And it was just wonderful that the church was at the centre of that community event.
Goodbye, mummies. Goodbye, daddies. Goodbye, everyone. Remember, God loves you. Hooray! you.